if you want to be a folk hero and you want to be someone who's remembered, it's painstakingly clear that there has to be some inevitable showdown with some evil, malevolent forces in life. If things are going too even keel and your path to success is too linear and it's too crispy and it's too polished, men inevitably come to a point where they resent the success, because men are built to be warriors and men are built to go to places in their mind to stretch the end limits of their imagination, of their capability, of their talent that other men have not done previously. And all men innately have this property and this quality. And if you deny it, you pay double in blood and tears later. So I'm going to tell you a story. So my whole shtick, right? Like my whole thesis, everything that I have built content-wise constellates around the central premise that if you're going to be big and strong and powerful, then eventually, and healthy and immaculately healthy, then eventually you have to hurl yourself into the gauntlet and start spending the fuck out of that shit. Because inevitably on the path to success, if you're trying to do extraordinary things, let's say you're trying to make 8 figures, you're trying to make heaps of money, you're on a mission, you have a team, you got people counting on you. Inevitably, you're going to have to sacrifice everything that you love that's near and dear to you to make those things come true. It's just a fact. You're going to have to be in a very imbalanced state for a long stretch of time in order to smash through the barriers that are requisite in order to meet those achievements. So come June this year, I'm gearing up for one of the biggest sports betting runs of my entire career. I got an army of risk takers behind me that I built from hand. Motherfuckers who are going in headlong, bayonets out. We're going into the fucking trenches and we are trying to basically exploit these books all across the world for as much money as possible using an arbitrage system. So some of it's gambling, but most of it is extremely systematized, extremely intelligent, backed by proprietary data. And we're doing arbitrage, right? So we're looking for discrepancies in market prices and we're entering plays and exiting plays under our own free will. So I'm gearing up. And then the miraculous June crash comes. And half of my investors, half of my team gets wiped the fuck out during that Luna fiasco. So one of my right-hand men, a guy who's been rocking with me for about 6 years on my team, he gets absolutely pulverized. He gets scorched for, I want to say, like 7 million. He's fucking suicidal. I'm mentoring him. He's calling me every day looking for consolation. I'm coaching him. I'm trying to get his mind right, trying to get him back in the game. A couple other guys lost a couple million. These guys are flipping the fuck out, right? And I'm even keel because the run has already started. And I just lost like 70% of my horses, right? But the show must go on. So I'm trying to rally motherfuckers. These dudes are calling me. They're blistering. They're so fucking distraught. They're besides themselves. They can't sleep. Now, I've been through numerous financial crises in my life. Numerous. More than a common man should ever subject themselves to. So I have a lot of experience with dealing with tumultuous victories. And I also have a lot of experience with dealing with tumultuous defeats. And so I'm just basically there for morale. These dudes are calling me because they're really, at the end of the day, they're looking for me to kind of gauge where I'm at mentally to see if we can proceed. And I'm a show must go on motherfucker till oblivion comes. There's zero chance that no matter what obstacle comes my way that I'm ever going to back down, especially when I have conviction and faith. And I know from past experience that no matter what I've ever been dealt in my life, no matter how shitty the cards, I've always figured a fucking way out. So I'm getting these guys strapped in and I'm like, dude, it's way too late. We're already fucking geared in. We're going on the run. So right around this time, I'm getting phone calls, hundreds of calls a day, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. I got partners in Canada. I got partners in the UK, France. Motherfuckers are banging my phone lines looking for comfort. And I'm literally a babysitter. I'm fucking babying motherfuckers because these are my people and I care about them dearly. And I'm trying to get them back in the game. So we're firing extremely egregious sums of money at the books. And There's a very strange omen in life that revolves around health. And right around this time, the June crash hits. I'm drinking like a gallon of raw milk a day and shit. And I'm training hard and I'm back in Olympic lifting. I'm fucking snatching every day. I'm doing power cleans. I'm doing all the power lifts. And every morning I wake up, I'm breaking out in these atrocious, abominable hives all over my fucking body. The most itchy welts, red fucking like grapefruit sized welts just all over my fucking skin. And I've never had skin problems my entire life till I turned 35. So I turned 35 in July. It's right around my birthday. And I'm just waking up. And I don't know if you guys have ever dealt with any kind of skin rashes, but itching is 1,000 fucking times worse than pain. Like, I would rather be steel toe boot kicked in the fucking face than have to deal with 24 hours of just constant, malignant, pernicious itching, which is what was happening. And I had a suspicion that I was having an allergic reaction to the milk, to the dairy, because I changed my purveyor and I started going with this different company. There was like a small batch boutique company of raw milk, and I'm just breaking out in these welts. So I'm super fucked up because I'm a guy who I don't deal with health shit until it's like the last resort. Like, I ain't going to a doctor. I ain't fucking looking for consultations. I'll just mentally fucking power through any kind of health shit until it gets real fucking bad, until it's so unbearable I have no choice. And so I'm just powering through mentally. And I didn't take stock into how this was just affecting my decision making, my overall life, my overall just constitution was just being worn the fuck down by these fucking hives that I was breaking out in literally every day. And it was a 24-hour. They would disappear for an hour and then come back in these very intense flare-ups, and I could feel the fucking flare-ups. And so I'm just ignoring it because I got a mission and I got guys to take care of and I got to rally a crew and we're firing hundreds of thousands of dollars a day. Now get this. When you are on the heroic crucible and you are doing things and you are defying the norm and you're bucking trends and you're doing things that nobody could believe, and your story is so unfathomable and so unbelievable that a normal person would look at this and they'd say, there's no chance this is true. Even if they could fucking see what you were doing, they would not believe that what you're about to pull off is possible. Right? And I'm on the saddle. I'm gearing up for this shit. And I go through a 60-day straight period, 2 months in a row. I am firing every fucking belt of ammo in my capacity. I'm ripping up the fucking carpet. I'm ripping into the walls and basically strip mining the copper at this point to keep my guys together. We're all firing in unison and we are getting absolutely annihilated. I'm talking like the type of annihilation where you would want to tap out after about 3 days of this. It was dreadful. We were firing from morning till night and we couldn't hit a fucking thing. I'm going to bed every single night back at zero. And then in the morning, I got to get a little bit of sleep, wake up and redeploy a bunch of fresh capital and fire at it again. And I'm sticking to my script. I'm sticking to my script because in my past experience, if I stick to my script and I stick to my system, I have prevailed every fucking year for over a decade. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess it's one of these fucking statistically improbable times that we're just gonna have to barrel through. And after about the second week of just ruthless effort, I mean, I am so concentrated, so focused. I'm on the phone with guys all across the world, conference calls. Everyone's got their laptops open. We're putting on a clinic. Super fucking intellectual system we're deploying here. And we are fucking trying to exploit the fuck out of the market. And the books were just fucking making adjustments and they were whooping our fucking asses. And my guys were ready to fucking tap out. They were like, dude, I don't know how much longer we can go. And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? We crossed the Rubicon. We already deployed so much fucking capital. We ain't retreating now. Now we had to double down and go even fucking harder. and we'll make adjustments on the fly. We'll do what we got to do, but we definitely ain't backing down because I'm not walking away from a fight. So after a lot of coaxing and goading and talking back and forth, they're like, all right, we're going to strap in for another week. Another week goes by. Every fucking night, every morning I wake up, I got to deal with the haunted memories of the night before of just getting fucking assaulted, just absolutely annihilated by the books, right? And it's just happening every day. And I got this girl with me and I got the hives and she's tending to my wounds every fucking day. I'm sitting on the couch working and she's scratching me, like literally scratching my whole body with her nails for like 3 or 4 hours. She's just like doing everything in her fucking power to try to help me be fucking relaxed, calm down. She's making me bone broth, cooking me steaks and shit. Just 24-hour nursing and care while I am just getting absolutely fucking hammered. And like I said, 2 months goes by. 2 straight months, I do not end in the green a single day. A single day for 2 months. You can't make that up. Stephen King, Tom Clancy. There's no author on the face of the planet that could write something as unbelievable as the run that I had just gone on. It made zero fucking sense. None of the plays we were doing were degenerate. They were extremely fucking systematized. It's just the books got smarter than us on this particular run. And if you know anything about betting or markets, it's a game of cat and mouse. You got to adjust to the books. And then once you start kicking their ass, they make adjustments and they start whooping your ass. It's a constant back and forth, barn burner, throwing haymakers, trading punches, right? So I'm just absorbing ridiculous sums of damage. And so are my guys. My guys, it's almost like I'm in the desert and there's horses tipped over in the sand with flies buzzing around their corpse. And I'm fucking slapping the horse, telling him to get the fuck up because we got 40 miles to go, motherfucker. You gotta drink a little bit of fucking water. We gotta make a push. And the horses are just tipped over. They ain't even responding because everyone's just been brutalized by the fucking market. The other thing too was in June is that the market was so volatile. All my bets were deployed in Ethereum. And so when I would hedge a bet and guarantee myself profit, sometimes the market would tank 20% while I was hedged. So not only would I lose the hedge, I would lose the other side too. So I'd get double fucked. And we're just like trying to ameliorate the conditions, trying to fucking stick through it. Every fucking day, it's maximum push to the brink. I can't even go to the gym because when I go to the gym, it's sweltering heat in the gym. And something about the heat would just make these welts so irascible that the welts would like spring up like almost, I want to say like 2 inches off of my skin. So I'm in the gym trying to lift big weights while I feel absolutely terrible. I'm in absolute misery, maximum pain, maximum dread, but I'm trying to lift because when you're in these moments, you can't ever back down from the obligations and responsibilities that made you successful in the first place. So I had every excuse in the book not to show up at the gym, right? Like my hair was shaggy. I was unshaven. I was unkempt. I was wearing the same fucking hoodie like a week in a row. I was showering like once every 3 days. I was a fucking mess because all I gave a fuck was about the mission. We're trying to make 8 figures, profit shared between like 5 guys. I'm going all in. And there's nothing that's going to fucking tear me down and get me off of this fucking mission. So I'm going in there and I'm trying to lift and the fucking welts, the itchiness is so despicable that I would have to like cut my session short. And like I said, it started to really grind me down to the bone mentally. I'm just being worn down because I'm trying to ignore this issue in the back of my head that I know keeps coming up. And I just keep pretending it doesn't exist. I'm like, I'm just going to fucking power through because I'm certain once I'm successful at the end of this run, I guarantee you this shit clears up because it's all connected. The body, mind, the omens, the things that happen surrounding bad health, like it's all fucking connected. You know what I mean? Like when you're in great salubrity and your cup is filled with perfect health, typically that's a really fucking good sign. It's auspicious as to the other things that are happening in your life. But when you have even a minor health issue and you ignore it and you deny its existence, it metastasizes into other like abstract domains of your life, like business. And so it gets to a point where I'm just getting sucker punched every day so bad, and I keep coming back for more because I just know that if I can rally my troops and we can fucking get through this, that we are going to have the greatest score that I've ever had in my career. I just know it. I don't know how I know it. It's inexplicable. It's ineffable. But there was something really deep, like almost written in my DNA. I'm like, I just know that we're taking a beating now, but the miracle's on the other side. And this is where 99.9% of people are just going to wave the white flag and tap out. Because no human being would want to withstand being fraught with just the most demonic statistical improbabilities on a daily basis. And it got to the point where the girl was so close to me every day. She was witnessing what was going on. She was telling me straight up, she's like, "You're fucking cursed." She's like, "You're fucking cursed." She's like, "I'm gonna fucking smudge your house." I was like, whatever the fuck that means. I was like, do what you got to do. So she fucking literally gets some like incense and shit and starts fucking like doing these fucking rituals in my house. It was hilarious because I don't believe in any of that shit. But I was like, at this point, I'm so fucking beaten down. I'm beaten to a bloody pulp. I'm willing to fucking try anything. So she's smudging the house down. She's telling me I'm cursed. And when she told me I was cursed, I had an epiphany when she said that. And I was like, this is absolutely not the case. I was like, I'm not cursed. I'm anointed. I'm anointed. I'm the hero in my own story right now. I'm going for glory. I'm in the thick of the battle. I'm in the heart of the matter. I'm not fucking cursed. Every great man on any kind of mission, if you're trying to succeed at anything that's improbable or extraordinary, you are going to clash with the archons, with the emanations of the pleroma, you're gonna clash with these fucking darker forces. Of course. It's fucking built into the game. And I just thought it was an interesting way that she framed it because I realized that every hero has to fucking not only battle evil, but you have to vanquish it. And it did feel like I was cursed because I was like, there's just nobody on earth right now that is probably going through what I'm going through. There's no shot someone's running this bad. You could fucking blindfold a capuchin monkey, and he could throw a dart at a fucking board, and that motherfucker would make better picks than I am. And I'm using data, and I'm actually doing it intelligently. Some motherfucker off the street, some bum, absolutely would have been on a better run than I was during this time. So it was just harrowing to just wake up and go through it every day, especially with the burgeoning fucking health issue that just kept getting worse. The hives were insane, and I just kept drinking milk. So finally, I'm just fucking fed up with the health issue. And I'm like, I'm not going to a fucking doctor because I don't trust what they have to say. So I'm just going to start eliminating fucking dairy and see what happens. So I eliminate dairy for like a week. Bang, bang, the hives are gone. So I discovered I had a fucking dairy allergy, which is very fucking bizarre because I'm 35. I've been drinking milk for 10 years. I've never had an allergic reaction to dairy. And then it dawned on me that something that was interesting that I never believed was they say that your body changes every 7 years, right? Like your body goes through like a reconstitution. Well, sure enough, the math checks out. 7 times 5, right? So I'm 35, body goes through a severe change. All of a sudden, I'm fucking allergic to milk. So I cut that shit out. Hives are starting to go away. I wake up one morning near the end of summer, and I'm still in the fucking grips of just this absolute fucking madness. And my guys are cleaving on for dear life, looking for some hope, looking for a prayer. And every fucking day, I'm just whipping the horses because I'm like, guys, we can't, you don't understand. It gets to a certain point where you've invested so much blood, sweat, and tears. You have so much blood equity. Like my grizzle is now invested into this. This is no longer about money. This is my soul, my humanity. I have dedicated every waking fiber to making sure that we all come out of this winners. And I will not stop until we come out of this. And so they're just saddling up every day, just off of the strength of my will. I'm putting motherfuckers on my back and my legs are broken and I'm still fucking walking. And everyone wants to quit. And I'm like, guys, like quitting is no longer an option. We've crossed the Rubicon, the point of no return. Like when you're deeply invested in a mission and success, like there does come a point where you've put so much into it that you're either going to fucking fail, win, or die trying. Like one of the two. You're either gonna die trying or you're gonna fucking make it. And my past experience tells me I ain't ever died yet. So I'm gonna fucking win. So we're chugging along, we're plugging. These motherfuckers are pulling capital out of the fucking sky, liquidating everything, chucking into this. All of a sudden, the nose on the plane starts to tip upward. And we're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel. Things are starting to fucking click. Now the books kind of look like they're on the ropes. Things are turning around. The underdog's coming back. And I'm waking up in the morning and I'm like, look, motherfuckers, you see what's going on? We're starting to here it is. Here's the light you've been looking for. So we gear down, and there was one particular morning where I woke up, and I live on a lake, and I walked it outside on my patio, and the water is 5 feet from me. And I'm staring at the water, and the sky is like this very strange sherbet color. And everything is placid. Fucking birds are chirping. Things are so fucking still. I'm fucking looking at like butterflies and shit. Monarch butterflies are like fucking floating and zinging through my fucking plants and shit. And I'm just looking around and I'm like, there was a shift. And I couldn't explain what the fucking shift was. It was almost supernatural and almost fucking metaphysical. I could just tell by the weather change, that the curse, whatever the fuck I had just been going through, whatever evil had just been lifted. The veil was lifted. And I was being shown a better path. I was being shown the entry into the light. It was something in the air. It smelled crispy. I felt like I got my health back. I was like, my health bar was at 100%. My thoughts were crystal fucking clear. And I'm just staring at the water and I'm like, God, the weather is so fucking interesting, because sometimes there's a certain day, there's a certain scent, and it's so subtle, and you don't understand why it's such a beautiful day. You don't know why it's so fucking glorious to be alive that day. It's just everything feels in sync and it feels perfect. And this was one of those mornings, and I knew the tides had turned. And sure enough, the tides turned, and we slowly started to pull up out of it, and we're pulling up out of it, and we're pulling up out of it. Now we're stacking. Now we're stacking. Now we're stacking. Now the books are scrambling, because the books know when they're dealing with a sharp player, and they're starting to make wild adjustments and shit. And we're laughing. We're laughing. We're fucking toasting our glasses. We're fucking linking up. We're eating fucking steaks. The smiles are coming back again, because we know we got them this time. We know we got these motherfuckers pinned until the next time when they get us. But the point is that when I was dealing with, honest to God, the most Chthonian underworld dark forces you could possibly in your wildest imagination conjure up, never for 1 second did I have the audacity or arrogance or hubris to take it personal and fall into self-pity and say, woe is me, even though I had every fucking excuse to say, woe is me. But it never fucking broke through. It never seeped through my frontal fucking lobe, because I would just shoot those motherfucking thoughts out of the sky. You know how I always say that the value in thinking is knowing what thoughts not to think? Is shooting down creeping thoughts of doubt and fear before they even enter the mainframe, before they even enter the control room. You're shooting that shit out of the sky like a fucking anti-defense missile system. That's the fucking mindset of a killer. That's the mindset of a fucking winner. You don't even let the fucking negativity penetrate. Nothing was gonna fucking bring me down. And I was almost brought to my fucking knees. I pushed my health and jeopardized myself to a place that I never even thought possible. But how the fuck do you know what you're capable of if you never test it? If you never go to these places in your mind, if you never test what your body and mind is actually capable of, what your spirit is capable of, when you subject it to the ungodly wrath of pressure, you have no fucking clue what you can really do and overcome. And I doubled down and I tripled down and I doubled down, and it didn't even make sense. I had no indications. No indications in my life were telling me. I had no green flags. It was red flags everywhere telling me, dude, you have to fucking stop. And it just shows you that successful men, extraordinary men, impress upon the world. The world doesn't dictate jack shit. You are the fucking dictator. You are in charge of moving molecules and fucking changing physics and altering the fucking courses of fucking humanity, other people's lives. You're the fucking orchestrator. You're the maestro. That's just what it is. But you have to be willing to be in the fucking hot seat. And I was just taking it on the chin every fucking day like Muhammad Ali, just getting blasted. And you know what? I found ways to enjoy the process during the time. As miserable and dreadful as it fucking was for those 2 straight months of just getting slaughtered, I found little moments of strength when I'd be sitting outside on my patio late at night, looking at the water, looking at the reflection of the moon on the water and shit, smoking a cigarette just in peace, wearing fucking sweatpants and a fucking hoodie, just relaxing, just thinking that this is all going to be a blip on the radar screen. None of it's going to fucking matter 2 months from now. I'll be looking back at these times laughing with a great story to tell. I found glimmers of inspiration in the fucking thick of it. And that's what fucking kept me going, is just those moments of pause, the pause that refreshes, where you put everything into perspective and you're like, you know what? I've been through way worse than this. Numbers can't kill you. It's money. Numbers can't fucking kill you. And I'm after big fucking sums of money. And there's nothing fucking wrong with that. That's my fucking mission. I want to be rich as a motherfucker. And so my point is, also, to circle back, is that you gotta lead from the fucking front. Because the guys that I'm working with, they saw me literally destroy every fucking thing in my life to fucking make this shit happen, to get us out of the fucking hole. Destroy myself, clobber myself, sacrifice myself on the altar. Because I don't ask other grown men to do something I'm not willing to do. If I'm fucking bringing you in, you bet your ass I'm on the front taking the shots too. And that's the only ethical way to fucking do business. Is if you're going down, your people are going down with you. But if you're going up, they're going up with you too. That's just how it works. That's brotherhood, that's loyalty, that's the virtues everyone wants to talk about on Twitter. But most people don't want to take the punishment. They want to hide and they want to cower and they don't want to actually deal with it up front. And honest to God, I had meteor showers raining down on me every fucking minute of every single day. My phone was going off. I had to jump out of bed at 1 a.m. when I was sleep deprived and I literally couldn't even see straight. I was waking up in the morning. I was wobbling. I couldn't walk in a straight line. I would have failed one of those fucking DUI tests where they tell you to walk a straight line. And I was substance free. I couldn't even walk in a straight line. I was so fucked up mentally. I was shrouded in darkness. And somehow I just kept wobbling, limping with a little bit of fucking swagger and a little bit of gusto and a little bit of fucking moxie. That shit will get you through every fucking time, man. Every fucking time you call upon your past experience, you know you've been through worse. Of course I'm going to get through this one. I've never lost. I've never failed. It's never fucking happened. So this time was not going to be any fucking different.